Good morning, everyone. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever set a goal, felt that fire of motivation, and told yourself, this time, I'll stick to it, only to find yourself slipping back into old habits weeks or even days later? You're not alone. We've all been there. But here's the thing. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or opportunity, it's discipline. Now, I want you to think about someone you admire. Maybe a leader, an athlete, or even someone close to you. What sets them apart isn't their circumstances. It's their ability to consistently show up, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient. Today, I'm not here to tell you what self-discipline is. You already know that. I'm here to share something even more valuable. 6 powerful techniques that will help you master it. Techniques that can transform the way you approach your goals and your life. Because self-discipline isn't about doing the impossible. It's about understanding why you're doing what you're doing and committing to it one small step at a time. Let's dive in. To master self-discipline, everything begins with understanding your why. Without a clear sense of purpose, even the most well-laid plans can falter when motivation wanes or challenges arise. Your why is the foundation that gives meaning to your actions, and it acts as your internal compass, guiding you through moments of doubt and temptation. When you truly connect with the deeper reason behind your goals, discipline becomes less about forcing yourself to act and more about aligning your behavior with what truly matters to you. Think of it this way. If you're trying to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to exercise, but you don't have a strong emotional connection to the reason behind it, you'll find yourself hitting snooze on the alarm more often than not. However, if your purpose is deeply rooted, like wanting to live a longer, healthier life, to spend more time with your family, then every decision to get out of bed is a step towards something meaningful. Clarity of purpose also helps you navigate distractions. When you're clear on what you're working toward and why it matters, it becomes easier to say no to activities or habits that don't align with your goals. This clarity eliminates the mental tug-of-war that often derails self-discipline, because you've already decided what's important. Your why also fuels resilience. Discipline isn't always easy, and there will inevitably be moments when you feel tired, unmotivated, or even tempted to quit. In those moments, reconnecting with your why provides the strength to push through. It reminds you that the discomfort you feel now is temporary, but the purpose behind your efforts is enduring. By starting with your why, you create an emotional anchor that helps discipline evolve from a struggle into a natural expression of your commitment. Building self-discipline starts with taking small, actionable steps that build momentum over time. When faced with big goals, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, which often leads to procrastination or giving up entirely. By breaking your objectives into manageable, bite-sized actions, you create a clear path forward, making progress feel achievable and less daunting. Small steps serve as the foundation of discipline because they require less willpower to execute, while still moving you closer to your goals. For example, if your goal is to read more books, committing to read 1 chapter or even 5 pages a day is far more sustainable than attempting to finish an entire book in one sitting. These smaller actions are easier to integrate into your daily routine, reducing the resistance you might feel towards starting. Over time, these small steps compound, creating visible progress that reinforces your sense of achievement and encourages you to keep going. Momentum is key because it builds confidence. When you see yourself succeeding with smaller actions, you start to trust your ability to follow through, which is crucial for cultivating self-discipline. These small wins also help build new habits, as repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity eventually leads to automaticity. What once felt difficult begins to feel natural, all because you started small and stayed consistent. This approach also eliminates the all or nothing mindset that often hinders progress. By focusing on incremental actions, you give yourself permission to make steady progress rather than aiming for perfection. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing something, no matter how small, every single day. Each step forward, no matter how modest, is a victory that keeps you moving closer to your ultimate goal. Consistency is the cornerstone of self-discipline. While it's tempting to rely on bursts of intense effort, true progress comes from showing up repeatedly, even when motivation is low. Prioritizing consistency over intensity means valuing steady, sustainable actions rather than sporadic, overwhelming efforts. This approach not only builds habits, but also ensures long-term success by making discipline a way of life rather than a short-lived endeavor. Consider this: going to the gym for 2 hours once a week might feel productive, but committing to just 20 minutes of exercise daily will yield far greater results over time. Small, consistent efforts create a rhythm that becomes second nature. This reliability trains your mind and body to expect the routine, reducing the mental energy required to initiate action. Over time, these repeated efforts build momentum, and what once felt like a challenge becomes a part of who you are. Consistency also helps you overcome the unpredictability of emotions and external circumstances. Discipline doesn't rely on how you feel in the moment. It relies on your ability to follow through, regardless of those feelings. By committing to consistent actions, you create a framework that keeps you on track, even when motivation fades or life gets busy. It's a safety net that ensures progress continues, no matter the obstacles. The real power of consistency lies in its ability to create trust within yourself. Every time you show up, you prove to yourself that you can be relied upon to take action. This builds confidence and reinforces your sense of self-efficacy, making it easier to stay disciplined in the future. Creating an environment that supports your goals is one of the most effective ways to strengthen self-discipline. Willpower is not infinite, and relying solely on it can lead to burnout or decision fatigue. Instead, designing your surroundings to minimize distractions and remove unnecessary temptations allows you to conserve mental energy and stay focused on what truly matters. Your environment has a powerful influence on your behavior. For instance, if you want to eat healthier, keeping junk food out of your home and stocking your kitchen with nutritious options makes it far easier to make the right choices. Similarly, if you're trying to focus on work or study, setting up a dedicated workspace that's free from interruptions and clutter helps create a mental association with productivity. By shaping your environment to align with your goals, you reduce the need for constant decision-making, allowing discipline to become almost automatic. This approach also involves identifying and eliminating triggers that lead to unproductive habits. If social media is a distraction, consider using apps that limit screen time or turning off notifications altogether. If procrastination is an issue, breaking tasks into smaller parts and keeping your workspace clear of unrelated items can help you stay on track. Beyond removing obstacles, your environment should also inspire and motivate you. Surrounding yourself with reminders of your goals, like vision boards, written affirmations, or even a clear schedule, can reinforce your sense of purpose and keep your mind focused. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who share or encourage your goals can also have a profound impact, as positive influences can bolster your commitment and accountability. By consciously designing your environment to reduce friction and support productive habits, you make discipline less of a battle and more of a natural progression toward achieving your objectives. Delayed gratification is a key pillar of self-discipline. The power of delayed gratification lies in its capacity to build resilience and strengthen your self-control. Every time you resist an impulse for instant pleasure, you train your brain to tolerate discomfort and stay committed to your long-term objectives. This practice reinforces your ability to manage impulses, creating a mental framework where future benefits outweigh fleeting desires. For example, choosing to save money instead of spending it impulsively requires discipline, but the rewards of financial security or achieving a larger goal, like buying a home, make the temporary sacrifice worthwhile. Similarly, skipping a night of socializing to study or work out might feel like a loss in the moment, but over time, the results of consistent effort will far surpass the initial temptation. Delayed gratification also shifts your perspective on rewards. When you consistently work toward a long-term goal, the satisfaction you feel upon achieving it is often far greater than any short-lived pleasure. This sense of accomplishment not only validates your efforts, but also reinforces your belief in the process of discipline itself. Ultimately, mastering delayed gratification helps you build a stronger connection between your present actions and future outcomes. By focusing on the bigger picture and recognizing the value of patience, you develop a mindset that empowers you to overcome distractions and stay committed to your goals, no matter how distant they may seem. Celebrating small wins is a crucial technique for sustaining self-discipline and reinforcing progress. While large goals often take time to achieve, acknowledging the smaller milestones along the way provides a sense of accomplishment and keeps your motivation alive. These celebrations serve as reminders that your efforts are paying off, even if the ultimate result still feels far away. When you break a larger goal into smaller, actionable steps, each completed step becomes an opportunity to celebrate progress. For example, if your goal is to write a book, finishing a single chapter, or even writing for 5 consecutive days is worth recognizing. These moments of achievement help you stay focused and maintain momentum as they provide tangible evidence that you're moving in the right direction. Celebrating small wins also has a psychological benefit. It activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, which enhances your mood and motivation. This positive reinforcement creates a feedback loop, making it more likely that you'll continue the disciplined behaviors that led to the success. Over time, this practice helps to rewire your mindset, associating hard work and persistence with satisfaction and reward. Your celebrations don't need to be extravagant. They can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on your progress, treating yourself to something small, or sharing your achievement with a friend or mentor. The key is to ensure that the recognition feels meaningful to you and aligns with your larger goals. By celebrating small wins, you shift your focus from solely looking at how far you have left to go, and instead appreciate how far you've come. This perspective keeps you motivated, builds confidence, and makes the journey toward your goals more enjoyable, allowing self-discipline to feel like a rewarding process rather than a constant struggle. Developing routines is one of the most effective ways to make self-discipline automatic. When you establish consistent habits and structure in your daily life, you reduce the need for constant decision-making and willpower. Routines create a sense of predictability, making it easier to stay on track and focus your energy on what truly matters. Routines simplify your day by eliminating the mental friction of figuring out what to do next. For example, if you decide in advance that you'll dedicate the first 30 minutes of your morning to exercise, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your day rather than something you need to debate or schedule. Over time, these repeated actions become ingrained habits, requiring less effort to maintain and allowing you to conserve mental energy for more complex tasks. Consistency in routines also reinforces discipline by creating momentum. When you follow a set pattern of actions, such as starting your day with meditation, planning your tasks, or dedicating time to focused work, you establish a rhythm that helps you stay productive and aligned with your goals. This regularity trains your mind and body to anticipate and embrace these activities, making them feel natural over time. Routines also help you navigate distractions and setbacks. Life is unpredictable, but having a structured framework provides stability and ensures that you can return to your disciplined practices even after disruptions. It creates a foundation that anchors you, helping you remain committed to your goals no matter the circumstances. The power of routines lies in their ability to turn discipline into an effortless part of your daily life. By building a system that supports your priorities and aligns with your purpose, you create an environment where self-discipline becomes second nature, freeing you to focus on growth and achievement. Focusing on progress, not perfection, is a crucial mindset shift that enhances self-discipline. Often the pursuit of perfection can create unnecessary pressure, leading to procrastination or burnout. Instead of striving for flawless execution, focus on steady improvement and taking incremental steps forward. This approach makes the process of achieving your goals more manageable and enjoyable. When you focus on progress, you acknowledge that every small step counts. It's about getting 1% better each day rather than waiting for the perfect moment or ideal outcome. Perfection is often an unrealistic standard that only sets you up for disappointment. However, progress is measurable, achievable, and motivating. Celebrating each step forward, no matter how small, keeps you moving in the right direction and reinforces your commitment to the process. Additionally, this mindset encourages learning and growth. Mistakes are inevitable, but when you focus on progress, you see them as opportunities to improve rather than failures. Each setback becomes a lesson, and each lesson brings you closer to mastery. This perspective helps reduce the fear of failure, which often hinders progress and undermines discipline. Focusing on progress also reduces overwhelm. Rather than fixating on the end goal and all the work it requires, you can shift your attention to the next small task at hand. This makes the journey feel less daunting and allows you to stay present and engaged in the work. By embracing the idea that perfection isn't the goal, you free yourself from unrealistic expectations and allow yourself to stay consistent. Progress, no matter how incremental, is still progress. And that, in turn, strengthens your self-discipline, making success inevitable over time.